problem here is that neuroplasticity can work both ways. It can be positive. You learn something new and you refined a motor skill. It also can be negative, though. You forgot something you once knew. You become addicted to drugs. Maybe you have chronic pain. So your brain is tremendously plastic, and it's being shaped both structurally and functionally by everything you do, but also by everything that you don't do.
Good morning. It's afternoon, actually. Went to the doctor yesterday. Karen and I went. It was pretty interesting. It came out really well. I'm not screwed up. I'm perfectly fine as far as we know so far. It's good. I got the doctor really interested in what I'm working on. He seems pretty excited about it because he set up a second appointment, because this appointment was just 15 minutes, but it went a little bit longer. But he said he had a lot more questions to ask, and I mentioned that I'm hoping to meet a psychiatrist, or at least a psychologist, to study this stuff about these states of consciousness. This is not weird science. It's been going on for a long, long time. And I remember I interrupted him. I interrupted Karen once because he's a nice doctor, really nice doctor, and I know him pretty good, and I don't want to change because I really pissed him off, the last time before, this whole thing started, or during this whole thing started, in between, But she said what she wanted, but she used up most of the 15 minutes. But then he got to see me in what I've done. What I've done is come back to him full reversal, being very happy, and that stuff, and being totally organized. And what he saw was the opposite of what he saw previously, and this is what I was trying to sell him. Yes, sell him, because you have to sell yourself all the way through life, from when you're a kid. I mean, you gotta be. The more they put you on the mound, the better you do. You gotta sell yourself, find your game, and just do it. And that's the way I've kind of learned over the years. What works for you. If you're on a job that just goes nowhere, just get out of it, or figure out a way, another thing. If you're miserable, figure something out. But being miserable is just not a good part to where you live your life. You just don't go there. So anyhow, then we started talking about actual physical health and that kind of stuff, and I was kind of concerned with fatty liver disease because of my belly, but that Dr. Shane kept squeezing my belly. I kept saying, "How's it feel, doctor?" Because she was kind of cute, but she says it feels good. I mean, it's good. It's firm and that stuff. Well, because they know just by touch that, that's it. It's healthy. It's kind of amazing. And then my actual liver, body chemistry is good too. I mean, I would think it would be below, considering how much alcohol I've been drinking over the years. Well, the thing is, I haven't been drinking that much alcohol. It's definitely more than the average person, but it's below, these chronic, really fall down drunk people. Not one of those. I never was. Maybe a little in my teens, and yes, in some adult situations. Now, my brain MRI was good. It was perfect. I mean, it was no anomalies, and I've learned enough about brain MRIs to see that really serious, brain damages are just. You see them right in the MRI. It's just so obvious. And what I found out is that they did this live, where when they did my back MRI, they actually did it. They recorded it and sent it out to be analyzed. So that was different. But see, the thing is that I got to figure out this dream state I was in, because it's odd, but it's explainable. I know that now. It's rare. And the thing is that what happened was, how did I get there? Well, the biggest reason is literally just the pain. That's part of it. But the other part is the emotional part that started with, it wasn't starting, I thought it might have been depression for a while. No, it wasn't depression at all. I was never depressed. It was anger. And it kind of started with doing the Colleen Maxwell story. It started almost day one that I learned more and more about her, because I didn't really know her. It turns out I only worked with her about a little over a year. And I always had a sense of curiosity about her. That's why I've been looking for her for so long. And then I learned about her, I learned about her whole family via Katie. And it just made me angry, not at the family, but the victim, and all the victims. And it pissed me off. Sorry. Well, my brain healed itself automatically. This was really fascinating me. You see, went into this dream state, but I also had a night terror, and I hadn't had a night terror since I was about 17 or 18. And you've got to know what a night terror is. It's not a nightmare. That's no comparison. Nightmares and dreams and nightmares happen in REM, rhythm, eye movement. All right? That's it. That's why you're waking up. You know, delta, beta, gamma stuff. You're waking up. Boom, 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 boom. You up. So you remember the last dream you had, maybe the last two, it depends. But the thing is with a night terror, it actually goes way down into the deepest, deepest bottom of sleep, which is usually 2 to 3 hours, depending on your sleep habits. 2 to 3 hours, then the wave cycle starts coming out. And so I got this night terror, and then I just got actual fear because night terrors, that's what they're actually terrifying. And I remember the one way years ago. This one was different, and it was just as scary because this one was more abstract, because it involved God and the devil. And you know, that sounds crazy to know, but it did. Because that's what the content of it was, and that's all I'm taking that for. And that what I saw was God and the devil as the very same person. And the only way to know who either one was, whether the good or the bad or the evil, there was no way to know. All he said was, follow me. Where are we going? I can't tell you that. Well, what do you want me to do? Well, you can come with me or just go back where you came from. And he was talking like regular, like it's no big deal. I said, well, what are you telling me? He said, well, if you come with me, you just can't go back. And I started going, what do you mean can't go back? Well, he said, you can't go back to reality. I'm taking you to another place. Something like that. You know, I can't remember the exact words. And that was it. That's the most I can recall out of it. But it was like, it was not very visual. It was more like, I don't know, it's not like you see in the movies either. It's almost impossible to describe. And I did my best trying to summarize it all this time. And that was kind of it. And it was shortly after that, and like I say, I went into this dream state. You know, I went into it, this is really weird. This is why I was talking about Peggy Sue Got Married, the movie. What happened was, see, that was when Karen and Jason drove me to Beverly Hospital, and I started acting wacko. What the funny stuff was I was aware of what I was doing. Well, I was aware of part of what I was doing, and I still remember what I was doing. I have total recall of every little experiment I played. But I was literally thinking I could play with E equals MC squared because I like physics. And I was trying to do things like change, you know, take the remote control and move all its capabilities into a cigarette lighter. No, I was trying to do it. And I was convinced that I could do it eventually, and I was doing it wrong. So that's where the craziness in me came from. But I still remember trying to do it. So this whole complex model just kind of crunched in around itself. And I don't know what they gave me at Beverly Hospital in the emergency room, but they strapped me in. They said, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down. And I did, I calmed down. And, you know, but I said, you know, as these straps I convinced myself I could break the straps. And, you know, I saw myself breaking them. I saw them breaking. But then I saw them, they kept me down. And then they said, we're going to take them off. Just relax, just relax, just relax. And we were going to take them off one at a time. I said, well, that's fine, I'm relaxed, you know. Go ahead. They took them off. And I started relaxing. And I went to sleep. And it's kind of weird because the next memory I have is the Saturday. See, that was Monday morning. And I woke up Saturday morning. And the only thing that I knew what was different was that I didn't actually know what day it was. Little by little, I learned what day it was. It was Saturday, and I knew it wasn't the day. I was like in a dream for 3 days. I mean, I did the math out pretty quickly because I was totally normal. And I confused the hell out of the staff at Beverly Hospital. See, I was on the nutcase floor in the nutcase room 312 in the Johnsonville area, and I was a total nutcase. And it was like, all of a sudden, I'm like totally normal, rational, I was on suicide watch, and all those nurses' assistants, they all of a sudden observed me just being normal and me just being really, really confused. It took me a long time to prove to them that I was normal, so it was just, they just have to keep watching me, and they, you know, over a period of days, and then toward the end, they were, you know, they say, well, we don't have to watch you anymore. It was a funny thing, I had to adjust because I had to adjust by being alone. You know, to being with someone 24/7. I mean, if one left to go to the bathroom, they had to find a temporary replacement. I mean, that's how strict they were. So there were eyes on me all the time. Well, they were afraid of me harming myself. in some way. That's obvious. It's just so freaking obvious. So that's why I have 24-hour watch and it never stops. And so I knew it. I figured out it was just suicide watch. But first of all, I wasn't depressed at all. No, I mean, not at all. I was kind of, like I say, it really came from anger. It manifested itself from anger. So, but I came out of it automatically, like the dream state cured it. So now here's the mystery. What was the content of the dream state? So I thought of something that might do it, and that's hypnosis. But hypnosis is difficult with certain people. It's about hypnosis, real hypnosis. About 20% of people can be hypnotized, something like that. But the rest can't. I mean, they've tried and tried and tried, the real people that study hypnosis. But not everybody can. So it's something like that, you know. But I was just thinking, you know, it's just all something to think about. I wasn't going to make this too long. And, you know, it's kind of ideas that I'm working out. And I'm trying to be rational. And I'm trying to figure out this dream state. If I can figure out the content of that. Now, to me, that would just be cool. And I'm being totally fine, totally rational. I'm healthy. My leg is fine. My back is sore. I think that's just too much added physical activity. I'm pushing myself, but I'm feeling a lot better. I'm good. I'm comfortable, and I've got the issues that I got to work. I've got the issues that are solved, working, and whatever. But I have no mental stability problems whatsoever. I've never felt better in probably 20 years mentally. I mean, I really am in good shape, and I'm having a hard time convincing people of that. And it's like I'm going, or maybe you're not normal. And I think to myself, don't go there. You see what I'm saying? Just be happy in life. Find yourself the right place. Even if you're 50, 60, 70 years old, find your right place. But when you're younger, the better. Don't be miserable. Just be happy. Because you can't fix the world. You can't. Fix yourself. Do what you can. And that's it. Goodbye.